Welcome to BrosBeerWhiskey, aka BBW. I'm your host E, and this is the show for Bros, Beer, and Whiskey. And today I got a very, very special guest, man. My man Chris from the WeRsomethinelse Podcast. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing real well, man. Thank you for having me out.
Welcome to the cave, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get you signed the table later on, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I love dropping the autograph. Love that.
Yeah, gotta get you signed the table, man.
Yep.
Hey, so I wanted to have you on, man. I heard you getting into the beer game, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love, it's a very millennial thing, but I love craft beer. One of my best friends actually opened up a brewery of his own out in Odenton, Maryland last February.
There's a lot of breweries in Maryland, too.
Yeah, and for them, shout out Crooked Crab Brewing.
I heard about this.
So they it's my buddy and two of his other buddies from college. And for years, and I know this because this is one of my best buddies, and we talked about it. We're like, man, it would be so dope to start a brewery. It'd be so dope to start a brewery. So then him and a couple of his buddies actually got together, decided to do it, and I spend a lot of time there. We've done our last two fantasy drafts there. It's a fun spot, and he was telling me that their first year of production, they actually far exceeded their expectations. So business is going well.
Sweet.
But yeah, man, we're talking. I take trips down to Florida, trips up to Boston and Vermont for beer. It's all over the place.
Well, I'm gonna have to venture with you on these trips, there, brother.
Yeah, man. I mean, some of the best beer festivals. A lot of fun, down in Florida. Gonna be at one in January. The Maple Bacon Coffee Porter Fest.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Funky Buddha Brewing down in Oakland Park. They put on a great festival in January, right? So because it's Miami. It's still beach weather. So we hit the last 2 years, we've hit the festival on the Saturday, and then we go and we hit South Beach on Sunday, and then, people fly out in the evening and everyone's good to go.
Sweet. Yeah. Do
that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's my birthday month, too.
Right. And then March down in Tampa, you have Hunapoo's Day, which is put on by Cigar City, and that's a great freaking time.
I feel like, is it March or April? WrestleMania's gonna be in Tampa this year.
That's gonna be huge. Yeah. That's gonna be huge.
I think it's Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah. So I didn't go this past year because it was my baby sister's 21st birthday. So we were doing family stuff this March.
Gotcha.
The last 3 years I've gone to this festival, and 2 years ago was the first year that they had it in Raymond James parking lot, and it was dope. It was a great setup because before they had it at Okeechobee Park or something like that. I don't even know how to say it. But the space was nice, but it was really cramped for the amount of people that were there. Because we're talking hundreds, maybe a few thousand people at this thing.
Damn, that big?
It's big. It's huge. In my opinion, Hunapoo's Day down in Tampa is the best beer festival on the East Coast.
Damn.
In terms of the exclusivity of the beers that are there, the quality of the beers that are there, and then also just how the festivals run. The years that I've been there, they've done a great job of making the lines move quick, and then also...
That's the key in beer festivals, man. Make the line go fast.
Yeah, so, and then having plenty of water for everybody, water stations throughout, so... I
went to Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue, the one in the harbor.
Yeah.
It was good, man. I got super lit.
That's a sign of a good festival.
It was a good festival, of a good one. And it got to the point where you could just you was doubling back 3-4 times at one station. Dude. They had the Uncle Nearest there. There's a whiskey or whatever.
Okay.
Dude, I swear I just stayed in line with my cup.
Right.
I didn't even leave after a while. I man, just fill it up, bro. Don't even.
I mean, it's funny because I love beer festivals. Doing the beer bourbon type stuff. Actually, for one of my birthday years, because I have a group of friends that are twins, and one's a boy, one's a girl. They wanted to do Wine in the Woods out in Columbia, Maryland.
Sounds dangerous, man.
Yeah. So, but then you had the Beer and Bacon Festival the next day.
Anything bacon.
So we did the wine festival on Saturday, and then we did the beer festival on Sunday.
That's awesome.
And what was wild is I'd never really been to a wine festival before. And it's for my birthday. So we immediately find a dessert wine, because I don't even drink wine like that. Found a dessert wine that was delicious. So me and my boys just started going and buying bottles of it to bring it back.
So quick thing, Moscato's a dessert wine. That's what chicks don't understand. It's so sweet.
Right.
That's why you get so punished.
Yeah.
It's sweet, and then
all that sugar.
All the sugar, do you get a hangover? I've seen so many women get messed up with Moscato.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
hilarious. Like, cause it's really not made for you to drink all day.
Yeah, no. But it tastes like juice.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so good. No, that's the problem.
And so I remember, because we're talking within 5 minutes of this festival starting, after we had already laid out where we were sitting and posting up and everything, and everyone's going around, we start buying bottles, and one of my friend's sister goes, "Hey, don't you guys want to, try a little bit more?" And my buddy Greg just looks at her and he goes, "We're here for Chris's birthday. We're here to get fucked up."
The point, man. Get straight to the point, man.
And so, I mean, it was
bullshit, man.
It was a great freaking time, though. And then we went and hit up the Beer and Bacon Festival the next day. And
I'm gonna have to go to Beer and Bacon.
I mean,
Festival,
that was a good birthday weekend.
All right, speaking of beer, so we asked everybody this question, man. All right, so you're stranded on Beer Island, right?
Okay.
And you only get a chance of 3 beers, man.
Okay.
They're unlimited though.
Okay.
But you only get 3 beers, man. What would those beers be?
Okay. The first one would be Sticky Monkey by Firestone Walker. It's a heavy beer because it's a quadruple style. But it's one of the first like big beers that I ever tried that I really thought was really, really good. And then when my buddy told me what the ABV on it was, I was like, this can't be right, because it didn't drink like that. It doesn't drink like a 12, 14% beer.
How much is it?
It's in that range. It's like 14%, something like that.
So that's one of the ones you just get. You don't get like a regular 12 or 16 ounce.
I mean, they normally pour it to you in a goblet.
Yeah. You get like, it's almost like a cognac glass.
Yeah, I mean, it's a darker, and it's barrel aged. So Firestone Walker does like a barrel aged series, and it's one of the releases that they do. Gotcha. But that's been one of my favorites since I started getting into craft beer. I would say the second one, there is a beer called Heady Topper. It's an IPA.
Some mean names here.
Right, yeah. One of the original New England style IPAs that when people started getting into like New England style IPAs, this was one of the very first ones.
I'm a sucker for IPAs.
Did a beer sabbatical basically with a couple bros going up into Vermont just to hang out and get these beers and go to some of the breweries and stuff on the way, and that was one of the highlights. So Heady Topper is definitely one of those.
You gotta go to if you go to Boston, you gotta go to the Sam Adams.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Something about when you get it straight from Sam Adams.
Right, yeah. There's something about getting it from the source. There's something about
yeah.
getting it from the source.
I feel like it's cocaine or something. So it's uncut now.
Right. You're skipping all the middle process,
You don't know how long it's been sitting in there, man. Nah, it's been sitting in the bag for like 5 months or something, man.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. I know when you go to the brewery, man, it's fresh off the sand floor. So.
Right. Yeah. And then I guess for the third one, because I need to be switching my styles up. So I got a heavier dark joint. I got my IPA. And then, honestly, I'll go with...
no abs, no lagers? No.
So the very first beer that I ever drank with my dad was Sam's Summer Ale. And
which is pretty good. It's a nice
which is
light
all right.
beer. Yeah.
But it was funny. So like Sam Adams was like our initial foray into craft beer, like for our age or whatever. So then
what was your first ever beer?
I mean, it was probably something trash,
probably
like a natty or like a Bud Light or something. It was probably garbage.
The gas station beer?
Yeah, one of those. And I mean, we used to joke so much about drinking natty. Like that was always just because.
My first beer was the MGD, son. You couldn't pay me to drink that joint.
But yeah, I would say, honestly, I can go with like the traditional Boston lager.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Because I'm not going to be able to drink the other two all day, every day.
Right.
And the Boston Lager is something I can just continually throw back. So there are hundreds of other like craft beers that are like
if I'm watching the
way
game,
rarer and all that.
Yeah, if I'm watching the game, I would like, and I know like I don't want to get messed up. I just want to drink because I just like the taste of beer.
Right.
I probably would go with an Ultra Michelob Ultra. gas station beer all day.
Yeah. I mean,
but you can drink like
you
50
can drink a lot of them. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing with like this stuff right here.
Now you only can drink like three at the max.
You drink 1 or 2 of these, and even if you're not messed up, you're starting to feel full.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. When the other ones are mostly water.
Yeah. It is bad. So give me one. What was your most? Let me see. What was your most memorable drunk moment, man?
Ooh, most memorable drunk moment.
That you can remember.
That's almost like an oxymoron. I mean, one that's probably a little bit more PG. One of the snowstorms about 10 years ago was the first time me and my dad ever got drunk together. So we're in my parents' basement. We're playing Wii Sports because there's nothing else to do. We're playing home run derby on the Wii and bowling, doing all that stuff. And I mean, it was just coming down. So we were just basically waiting for the power to go out. So we had 2 beers from Trogs. We had Mad Elf and we had Nugget Nectar just outside in the snow as it's fridge. And we would just go out there, grab one, come back in. And it got to one point in the night. I just looked at my dad and I was like, Pop, I think this is the first time we've ever been messed up together. And he's like, yeah. Because I mean, my dad's a house. He's got his own orbit. He's a big dude. So it's just kind of funny to have drank enough with him for him to be inebriated in the first place. But yeah, that's probably my most memorable drunk moment. Just because my dad's one of the main reasons I'm into beer in the first place.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Oh, you know what? I take that back. My first ever beer was a Blue Bull, given to me by my father.
There you go.
Which is terrible.
Right.
Why would you give yourself malt liquor? This is terrible.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Pops.
Yeah, definitely. Big shout out to Pops.
Hey, man, shout out to all those fathers out there.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Let's get to the best part of the show, man. Let's
do it.
Let's taste some beer, man.
Let's do it.
All right. So, you're the house guest, man. What you got here, man?
Okay. So there are, one of these is a collab. The other one is just another beer from Other Half, which is a brewery up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They do crazy dope, like, IPAs, pale ales, those kinds of things. So we got a couple of those. We got this, it's a double dry hopped. Mosaic is the type of hops that they're using.
Holy smoke, this is 8.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
this
then
is 9.
and then this one is an Other Half collab with a dope brewery called Three Sons, which is down in the Miami area. They consistently win like best beer of whatever festival they're at and everything. So both of, like, the collab on this is just dope. So I was able to get a couple of these cans because one of my favorite beer stores in Gaithersburg actually has like a connect with Other Half. So they do like specialty drops where no one else in the area gets them. So yeah, but these
ready, man.
They're heavier, but they don't drink heavy in my opinion.
That's a good thing.
So we'll get it started off with this guy first because we'll ease into it. We'll do the 8.5 before the 9. You know what I mean?
Baby steps. Smells good too.
Oh yeah. These are. It's gonna be, I guess, like juicy is a way to explain it.
I can see how light it is.
And then it's like way more floral, that kind of thing. So
this is how we doing the show. All right, so give it a toast, hit it, and you drink up, sir.
Cheers. Yeah,
that does drink good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think it doesn't. I would think it'd be stronger.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like part of why I end up liking these types of brews is because they drink way lighter than they actually are.
Yeah, this is the Other Half Double Mosaic Dream.
Yes, Double Mosaic Dream. So, and they do multiple versions of, they'll have like a similar recipe and then they'll do, you know, maybe it's not double dry hopped or, you know, they'll do it with a different type of hop. So instead of Mosaic, it could be, you know, anything else.
So on this show, we rate our beers and we rate our whiskey. So on a scale of 1 to 5.
Okay.
How many beers would you give this?
This would be a 4.25 for me.
4 to 5?
Yeah.
All right, 4 to 5.
Yeah.
So would you say 4.5?
It's kind of wild. So are you familiar with the app Untapped?
Yeah.
So for there, like very few beers ever get a 5.
Yeah, it's hard to get a 5.
Like I rate beers the same way that as a younger man I would have rated women, where like 10s are a myth. They're like a unicorn. They don't exist.
Yeah.
There are ones that get close, but there's usually never something that's truly it.
And nobody's really perfect.
Right. Well, our flaws are what make us human, you know?
Yeah.
But so there's really not very many 5s out there. So anything in the 4.75 to 4.5 range is something that I would consider almost otherworldly. So something in the 4.25 for me is something that's very good, definitely above average.
Yeah, this is above average.
But not quite like ridiculous tier.
Nah, this is a solid 4 right here.
There you go.
It's solid 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna tag when we do the show, whatever.
Yeah.
We post the show, we're gonna tag it, all that good stuff. But yeah,
Perfect.
it's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's good. Definitely a 4 for this one. All right.
Boom.
What we got here? What's next, man? What we got here?
All right, so the other one is called Boomin Breezin. Also an IPA, what they'll call an Imperial Pale Ale.
Yeah.
And the only reason that it's Imperial is because it's over like 7%. So when you start seeing stuff for like double IPAs, that's Imperial IPA is the exact same
double
thing.
IPAs are stupid, man. Oh my God, dude. I had the Flying Dog, the Double Dog.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's like 12%, man.
Yeah.
I had the bright idea to try to drink a 6-pack. I mean, look, while I was watching, this was Sunday Night Football.
You just post it up.
I got the 2.5 and woke up, it was Monday. Never made it to the day. Nah, the Double Dog was no joke, man.
Yeah.
I went to a Christmas party, and I bought a 6-pack of it. And so my friend's grandmother,
Christmas party.
Yeah, my friend's grandmother drunk one. But imagine she used to drink like Natural Light.
Yeah.
She just grabbed, she thought it was just a regular beer.
It's like drinking 3 Natural Lights, 4 Natural Lights.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. She went down by the end of the night. She had no idea what she was drinking.
Man, I will say this summer with all the seltzer stuff that's going on, like the summer cookouts have changed, because it went from you were having either that like your Buds, your Coors, your Natties, whatever.
Yeah.
Then everyone was getting the like Ritas, Lime-A-Ritas, Mango-Ritas. And now,
shout out to thought girls who drink Lime-A-Ritas.
Right. I mean, y'all are beautiful and I love you. But now,
it's like thought girl 101.
Right.
Lime-A-Ritas.
Dude, I mean, if you see that in the story, you're like, all right, that's where we're going. But
any chick that drinks a tall 24-ounce can, you gotta watch out for, sir.
Oh yeah, nah. If I walk into a spot and a girl's got the tiger grip on one of those tall boys,
she has in the brown paper bag. Watch out for her, sir. She definitely got a body.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
She probably smoking Newports too, or something.
Probably. Yeah. It smells like menthol. Just walking up.
All right, let's get it.
Cheers, bro.
Dude, this is good.
It's got a different like personality to it than the other one, but
I feel like I could eat. I could drink this for breakfast.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. It's
like a beer mimosa.
Kinda. Yeah. Yeah. And what's wild is there are other brews out there that are way more like citrusy and like juicy and stuff. Some of my favorite beers. There's a beer also up from Vermont by a brewery called Lawson's Finest Liquids. And this guy, I guess the guy Lawson, the guy that owns the spot, has like his own personal water source, which is what he uses to brew all of his beers.
That's how it is in Jack Daniels.
And that's why they're saying like his beers are so good is because his water source is just so dope.
Wow.
And it makes a huge difference. So someone was telling me that he did a collab with a brewery down in North Carolina, and he brought like a tanker of his own water down there because that's what they were going to use to brew. And it's like, dude, that's wild.
That's
like,
crazy.
It's just beer, but
wow.
All
right, so this is pretty good. Yeah, Boomin Breezin, man.
I don't know where the name comes from.
But I can see, dude, you were right about how they taste. They don't taste strong.
No. And that's the thing. Like, you think about any double IPAs that you've had, which
are
probably less alcohol than this, and you're like,
Cause
yo,
even
this kind of hits too hard.
Right, because even Goose Island, I think Goose Island like maybe 6 or 7.
Right, yeah.
And it still has that bite to it. Though.
Right.
This doesn't have a bite to it.
It's crazy, dude.
It's kind of like a blue moon on steroids.
Right. Oh, no, it's a blue moon that you only need to drink 2 of.
Yeah.
Because
you can drink a regular blue moon too. Yeah.
No, that's exactly. I did that the other night, so I know.
All right, so I feel like, how would you rate this one?
This is also in that 4.25 area for me.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with a solid 4 in this one too. This is actually this is a good summertime beer.
Oh yeah, I mean for me. The IPA is definitely more of a summertime, warmer weather environment, which is wild because some of the best stouts I've ever had are from Florida, where it's never stout weather.
Exactly.
So it just
here's
it's
the
kind of
thing
wild.
about IPAs. What makes them good? You can drink them at almost room level temperature.
Like we did the Heavy Seas tour up in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, Heavy Seas.
And so it was like one of the tours like once a month where one of the owners actually gives the tour. And he was talking about how, for any seasoned craft beer drinker, after you take your beer out of the fridge, you set it out on the counter or whatever for 15, 20 minutes to let it warm up a bit, then you take part in it. Because unlike what are referred to as American adjunct lagers, the gas station beer.
Trash out there.
Like those have to be cold because they taste terrible. Whereas these, you drink them actually closer to warm, like room temperature.
Well, you know why though?
And there's more personality.
Yeah, you know why in Indian Pale Ale. Mm-hmm. Because they had to travel India.
Yeah.
And because when you had lagers and now once you got over there, it'd be trash.
Oh yeah,
it's flat and all that. Yeah. But yeah, the Indian Pale Ale.
So they had to use those hops so it could make the journey out there.
Exactly.
And then someone got over there and was like, "This is delicious." And there
Indian
you go.
Pale Ale.
Yep. Boom.
All right, so
rest is history.
We got 4 for this one.
Okay.
And now we got this. I don't know what this is, man. It's Flying Dog. Salty Bitch.
I mean, that's a great name.
It is. You know a lot of them out here.
Not naming no names.
No name. They probably drink Limerita.
I mean, or they got the some Trulies with them right now.
Or a tall boy of Mickey's.
Oh yeah, actually probably a tall boy of Mickey's.
They definitely do. And they probably. Salty Bitch from Flying Dog.
Appreciate you, brother.
This
is like a completely different.
5.3%.
Okay.
All hail queen in the sea of beer, she stands alone. Salty with touch of tart.
Okay. All right.
I like the description.
Yeah.
That's another thing that sells you on some beers. Like you just see the packaging, like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
in.
I mean,
I don't care what it tastes like. I'm in.
I don't even know how many times I've gone to the beer store. The artwork.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, yeah, okay, this makes the decision. All right, whatever.
It tastes like trash, but
There's a brewery down in Richmond that has a beer called Clever Girl, and I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, and they were selling shirts that had like a Velociraptor. Like, God dang, like they just know how to get my money. So some of the beer names, like also like some of the beer names these days are just so crazy, so good.
Like I got hooked on a Raging Bitch.
Yeah,
I gotta taste this. I got to.
Right.
Hint salty.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
It's definitely a different experience, but still good, drinkable.
It is good. It is tart.
A little bit.
It's tart then.
Yeah.
Bad though.
I was actually.
You actually have to drink it colder though.
Yeah. This is one of the ones probably better colder, but that's like probably to go with like the
sour. You can tell. Yeah.
But
tartness, but
yeah,
not bad though.
No.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, I'm in the 3.5, 3.75 range,
3.5,
something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Solid 3 though.
Yeah.
3 is still good though. 3
Right.
is like 3 is good.
I mean, it's funny. We
shout out to my man Thomas Gaines. He came through the show and he got in BrosBeerWhiskey history. He came with a beer that never got a ranking. It was so bad.
Oh,
We just trashed it. It was like, yeah, it was
Oh,
horrible.
wow. Call those drain pour.
Yeah, man. It was like sriracha. It was fucking bad, man. Like it tastes like Tabasco mixed with soy sauce.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
I mean,
bad.
I don't even know if I would want that on my food, much less in my drink.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was trash. We didn't even rank it. We threw it aside.
Yeah. One of my buddies has a bad beer theory. So if he's watching sports and the team that he wants to win is losing, he will go into the fridge, specifically grab a beer that he thinks is bad, drink it, because there was, I don't even remember what game it was back when we were maybe in high school or college, but he did this exact thing, and the team turned it around and ended up winning, so it just became like a superstition. So he's the only person I know that willingly has bad beer on like ready to go.
Just bad beer staying back?
Yeah, just to, just in case he's gonna need it for some good luck.
That's hilarious.
Wild, man. Dudes are funny with our freaking superstitions and how that goes.
Too, though. Not bad. All right, salty bitch. Not bad. I could drink this though.
Yeah, I mean that definitely comes
You couldn't
off
drink
like,
too many of those though.
But it's definitely like a warm weather, like outside. Like,
Yeah, it gotta be super cold though.
Yeah, if I was like on the lake or something like that, I feel like I could throw back a couple of those.
So, last time I was hanging with you, man, I saw you get a bottle of Jameson. So I figured, why not? Well, we got a couple shots of Jameson. So I said, why not have some Jameson?
Why not?
And this is the IPA edition.
Wow. Okay. So I haven't tried this yet.
All right.
So I definitely appreciate this, but it's one that I was very interested when they came out with these Caskmates series. Very interested. So
this is the IPA edition, man. I want to get you to try this. All right. Let's get the whiskey glass.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, getting kind of lit here.
Yeah, I was gonna have to wait a little while before.
Yeah. I'll get some more water.
Make the trip back.
All right. There you go.
Boom.
Woo! All right. Woo! This kind of stuff.
Stings the nostrils.
You definitely can put some hair in your chest.
I mean,
like I had a all right, maybe I'm not gonna say that story. I'm not gonna tell that story in the air. I just had to catch myself.
so can't do anything incriminating.
No. This was bad. I tell you off.
But yeah, I mean, obviously not with this because I haven't tried it yet. But a lot of long nights with JMO.
Not like that for a long time, man. Like me and my man, we was like, I want to say like the past like year and a half, like Jalen was our go-to.
Yeah.
When in doubt, I was like, let's give me Jalen.
I mean, and it's one of those like, JMO and ginger is great.
Can't go wrong.
You know, even if you're throwing it in with like Coke, Pepsi, whatever it is, any mixer that you want, generally pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, whiskey gingers. There was a period a few years ago where it was a regular for me on the weekends. Regular for me.
Anyway, let's get to the drinking, man.
Yeah.
All right. We got a Jameson IPA edition, man.
Yep.
Caskmate.
Give it a go.
There you go.
That's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's smoother than a regular Jameson.
Yeah. No, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Woo, it's nice.
I mean, normally there's a lot more heat.
Yeah. No, and especially JMO.
Yeah, and you don't really get that at all with this. So.
Nah, it's pretty good, man. Jameson, Caskmates, IPA edition.
Yep.
Finished in beer barrels.
Yeah.
Hey, how many whiskeys would you give this, man? Out of 5?
I give this 4 solid whiskeys. Like
Cool.
this is pretty good.
I'm gonna go 3.5 whiskeys. 3.5. You gotta work hard for my whiskey.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Whiskey, man.
I hear you. We all got like different levels of the scale. So,
Yeah.
You know.
3.5 for the JMO.
We joke because my dad is the kind of guy that rates stuff a 3 and will tell you that it's like life changing. And it's like, but Pop, you gave it a 3. And it's like, but well, to him, a 3 is what I might give something a 4.5 or whatever. Like,
You gotta work hard, man.
yeah, it is what it is.
So, man, Chris, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Dude, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say long overdue.
Nah, this is what it is. We trying to get this together, man. Hey, we gonna do some Bruisey with you,
Yep,
man.
yep.
We're gonna do that, man.
I mean, there's a lot in the area. The DC area is packed with good spots that we can go to and hang out.
Yeah.
And then we can start taking some of these trips.
Yeah, not facts. I'm going to take some trips with you. Yeah.
I mean, so I know that my one boy, Kevin, down in Atlanta, would love for me to mention that when we went to the beer festival down in Oakland Park last January, he was one of the few brothers that were there. And he just wants people to know that, yes, brothers do drink beer and they like it. You know?
Yeah,
like,
thanks.
You know. So I'm grateful that you're doing this so you can spread the awareness because it needs to be put out there.
Me and my partner, man, shout out to my man JR, man. Like that guy, me and him are beer connoisseurs.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean,
for us, dude, that's
for us, this was a match made in heaven right here. We knew we had to do this.
Yeah, facts, man. All right, before we leave, you gotta give everybody a drunk tip.
Oh.
What is it? No, drinking tip. I'm sorry. What's your drinking tip for everybody?
Okay. If you are getting into it, that it's pre-planned. So it's a party. You're going to the lake with the homies, like whatever it is. Bring the Gatorade powder with you. So you don't need to buy the Gatorade, but at the end of the night, chug a couple glasses of that stuff, cuts the hangover, you're good to go. You need those electrolytes.
Shout out to my cousin Quissy. That was her tip for her last drink.
Dude, it's a great tip.
Yeah, this is a good tip.
It's a great tip.
And mine is, drink water in between.
Yeah.
Stay dehydrated in between, dude. Because really, you only get a hangover because you're dehydrated.
Right. Yeah.
Just keep hydrated, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you're drinking water in between each, drink that you have, you're good to go.
You're good to go, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that's another episode of BrosBeerWhiskey, aka BBW. I'm your host, E.
I'm CB.
Hey, Chris. Man, hey, give your handle, let them know where they can find you.
So you can find the WeRsomethinelse Podcast, WeRsomethin. That's on Instagram. We're not on Twitter. We probably should be. But you can find us WRSE Podcast on Google Play, Apple Podcast, all that stuff. And then I'm at Sickem Chris, SICEMCHRIS. That's Twitter, Instagram, all the social medias.
Yes. And it's BrosBeerWhiskey. No, BrosBeerWhiskey on everything. Follow it all, man.
There you go.
Subscribe. Subscribe. YouTube,
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Hit that. Ring the bell.
There you go.
And we out. Peace.
Peace.